So stepping aside from the normal rebuilds, the realistic rebuilds, you know, just something I've been itching to do, or something I really want to do for today's video, is just sit down here, go 3 seasons with the random team, and build the best team in NBA 2K history. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? Normally I would just call this like an 82-0 challenge, but I completed it. I completed it. If you didn't watch it, well, sorry, spoiled it. Last 82-0 challenge, I did it. I went 82-0, and I believe I went 98-0. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I went 98-0, including the playoffs. So I'm not going to call this an 82-0 challenge because I've already done that. So right here, I'm going to randomly select a team. We're going to do auto-generated draft classes. And by the end of the 3rd year, I don't care about the win total. I could win 55 games is the most for all I care. I just want to be like, wow, that team is phenomenal. Have no player ties. Just do whatever I want. So we're going to randomly select a team today. I'm going to choose any team besides the most recent, like, Bucks, the most recent Celtics. Not going to use those teams. So let's stop it in 3, 2, 1. Let's hope. Do I keep that team? I don't know what team it is. Do I keep it or do I move? I'll keep it. It's the Memphis Grizzlies. Okay. You know what? We're going to do the Memphis Grizzlies, but with a twist maybe. So yeah, auto-generated draft classes today. And I know there's going to be like some stud 85 overall center, first overall. Like, I'm going to probably trade up to get him at one point. And you know what I'm doing? I'm moving the team to Vegas. Yes, we're becoming the Las Vegas Diamonds. Because I didn't want to see the Grizzlies logo. I don't know. Maybe I've done one recently. I kind of play with the Grizzlies off camera a little bit. And just like some test save I'm doing currently. So yeah, we're the Las Vegas Diamonds. Here we go. Alright, so currently this is our team. And we got like blessed here with a stud point guard, Ja Morant, who will be a 95 overall, who can carry us, and has 2 years left on his rookie deal. So like this offseason where he's only making, or when he's only making $12 million is when I have to like build a sick team. And before we get into any trades and stuff like that, let's hear a word from today's sponsor.
I want to tell you about the greatest mobile game of all time, Raid Shadow Legends. This game is a free hidden gem, something that costs you nothing but makes your entire life millions of times better. Raid's got a ton of champions. They have over 600 now. All of those champions come from unique factions, each with their own history, which is pretty cool in the world of Teleria. The newest boss just released in Raid is the biggest and craziest yet. This thing is a Hydra with 6 different heads. Each one is a complete boss battle on its own. The first head I want to highlight is the head of Mischief. This head is absolutely no joke. It can cause pure chaos in the fight, and it seems like it has a lot of fun doing it. You can't even take this head out of the fight easily. It can also redirect you on attacks onto other Hydra heads. So even if you're trying to target this head, it won't be an easy task. The other head I want to highlight is the head of Decay, and this head will try to slowly weaken your team, all while keeping other heads in good shape. The head of Decay can also use a new life barrier buff. When it places a life barrier, it creates a sort of HP shield thing on the target head, and if you can't break the shield in time, the head gets fully healed, and it's a real pain to deal with. Raid is also giving away a super limited edition champion to every player in the game. It's a esports legend and Navi superstar, Simple. Between now and January 28, 2022, Simple's limited edition champ is available for free to both new and old players in Raid. There's seriously never been a better time to get started. Hit the link in the description or scan my QR code and you'll get an epic champion, Ana, 200k silver, 1 energy refill, and 1 XP boost, as well as 1 ancient shard, so you can summon awesome champions as soon as you get in the game. Make sure to check out the link in the description below.
Alright, so like even the Desmond Bane contract is great. I think Jaren Jackson Jr. will get traded. So pretty much for year 1, you know the drill. Anybody that's on a 1-year deal is most likely going to be traded, because I can move anybody else on draft night, and if I'm trying to get a top pick in the draft, that's what I can end up doing. So let's see what I can get for Tyus Jones and Kyle Anderson. So I got offered Christian Wood and David Nwaba, and I'm going to accept this trade. Christian Wood could be traded in the offseason as well. It's just nice that he's under a multi-year contract. Same with David Nwaba. If I want to move him in the offseason, I can do that as well. So any other 1-year deals? Only one is Samaril. I don't even think I can move Killian Tilly and Uvis Pond. So let's just move Samaril for somebody that's on a 2-year deal like Winslow. Would I give up a 2nd-round pick? I prefer somebody on a multi-year deal that I don't have to give up a pick for, but it looks like that will have to be the case. And I want to keep these seconds because you never know what can end up getting me a deal down the line. So yeah, I'm going to be kind of cheap with that. I don't really care what happens in the end of year one. I mean, maybe a Christian Wood helps us win a championship. We'll see what the Las Vegas Diamonds do, but then we'll get into the full rebuild in the 2022 offseason. All right, so this team was the 2 seed. The 2K simulation tends to like the Grizzlies as well. So, you know what? Cool. John Moran was a superstar this year. Could have been an MVP candidate. We ended up winning 54 games. We'll see how many we can win by the end of this video. And then coaching game plan, like, this is the roster for the playoffs. I did give Brandon Clark a 2-year extension, like 11 mil a year, just because I think I can match that up with other contracts in the offseason. We'll make it more tradable. And yeah, they're basically going a 12-man rotation. I forgot we had Jared Culver. Culver's got another year on his deal, right? Yeah. And then, like, even John Morant I could move in this video. I don't know what other players I'd prefer, like, over John Morant, since he's a 92 overall and he's only getting better. But we'll see what happens in the offseason. And then I just didn't really show the player stats outside of John Morant too much. Like, Jaren Jackson Jr. will most likely get traded. Same with Christian Wood. Probably everybody here but John Morant. And that's why I wanted to make a sick team. It's also, like, I'm not really going to have cap space in this video, so I don't really need to do everything this offseason more than I think about it. Because, yeah, like, it's not like we can go out and sign somebody before Ja's in unrestricted free, or before he's a restricted free agent. So we're not really going to go about that. We are the 2 seed, and it looks like the Warriors are going to beat us in round 1. Oh! We initially moved to Las Vegas. It would be sick to have a Vegas basketball team. Come on, they already got the Golden Knights in the NHL. They already have the Raiders in the NFL. I doubt they'll ever get an MLB team, because I feel like if the MLB expanded, like, Montreal's definitely going to get a team again, right? And then I feel like a team in, like, not Pittsburgh or, like, Carolina, like, I don't know, those teams, like, they don't really have baseball teams there, and they have teams in other sports. Maybe they go another Midwest team. Talking now about the NBA, but if the NBA, Vegas may get a team, but you know, like, Seattle's getting the first licks, and then, like, is Pittsburgh gonna get a team? Is there gonna be another Canadian team? Vancouver, or are they gonna do Calgary, Edmonton? Probably not those cities. In Vancouver, they already had a team, but if they go back there, then they probably won't do Seattle because they're right there, unless they add those two, and then they shift some teams, like they move Memphis to the Eastern Conference, and they move, like, Dallas or Houston or San Antonio to the Eastern Conference, or New Orleans and Memphis to the Eastern Conference. Like, that could happen. The Jazz beat the Bucks in 6. D-Mitch was your finals MVP, as you all saw. Any sick, like, it would be cool to, like, turn off trading restrictions here, but, like, I mean, if it comes up, maybe I'll think about it, because it is a rule. Wait, it was right there and I missed it. Alright, never mind. We can build a sick team without it. So, I do think we need to get a sick head coach. We don't have any lottery picks here. Our pick is at 29. Utah's at 30. Gotta get used to seeing the diamonds. Alright, so Michael Stolfer, like, he's got 5-star like everything, so I should really look to sign him. And boom, there we go. So Taylor Jenkins is out. Now let's go to the NBA draft. Where is there, like, a sick #1 player? Is there? Because I would try to get a Dexter Grant. Shout out to the scouting staff. Not really getting a lot done when I had an auto scouting. I mean, we can really look at the mock drafts, like Dexter Grant. Yeah, I mean, Ian Feldler looks like a stud, I guess, because he's there, but he's got to be overseas for a year, which is fine. Don't get me wrong, but we have a lot to move here, so let's get going. All right, going for the backup point guard option. First, we got Cole Anthony here, who is coming off an amazing season for the Orlando Magic. Him and Buddy Hield for Dillon Brooks and Steven Adams. Dillon Brooks is a good player. He averaged 15 this year, but his efficiency wasn't all that. So we're going to accept that trade, and we have our starting point guard in John Morant. Now we have our backup point guard in Cole Anthony, and I would like to have a sick 10-man rotation. Another trade I like is Buddy Hield and Zaire Williams for Malik Beasley and Jared Vanderbilt. I think Vanderbilt could be a nice backup power forward for this video, and he's fairly cheap at the moment, right? Like, that's also something I'm looking at. If we look at our salary cap breakdown, Jared Vanderbilt makes 4.6 next year and then 4.9 the year after that, which is pretty nice. All right, so Dort will be a free agent next year, but I'm going to accept this trade. It's D'Anthony Melton and Malik Beasley for Royce O'Neal and Mugwens. Dort gets some good defense there. So Dort's, like, probably the backup 3. So, like, right now, I think our bench, like, long-term is pretty sad. Like, Cole Anthony, Desmond Bane eventually, Luke Wenstor, Jared Vanderbilt, and then we just gotta find that center. And it's not like the best team ever, no. So there's probably gonna be more moves to be made. Like this one, Brandon Clark and Christian Wood for Jared Allen and Jetty Osman. Right now, we are gonna be trading Royce O'Neal and Jetty Osman for Karis LeVert and a first-round pick. I'm also gonna try to move Santi Aldama 25, 29, and 30, as well as Dave Nwaba. Like, what's the highest I can move up in the draft? Could this get me to, like, 11 with the Hornets? They can't afford it, but I think they would accept that. So who's got 10? That would be the New York Knicks, and they also can't afford this. How can you not afford this? Makes sense, never mind. All right, if the team with the 12th overall pick can't afford this, I will be a little annoyed. So Minnesota, Why can't you afford this? Never mind. Oh, I wonder if Dallas can afford this. Nope. What do we know teams have cap space? It's embarrassing. Alright, never mind. We can't find a team that has cap space at all. So we're going to acquire this Houston Rockets first round pick in Daniel Tice for David Nwaba, Santi Aldama, and pick 25. It's the Milwaukee first, which isn't great. And then the last trade we are going to make, I thought about this Kevin Huerter one, who could be used in a trade. Yeah, you know I'm going to do this trade. Daniel Tice and 2 first round picks for Kevin Huerter. So we're not going to have a draft pick in this draft, unfortunately. So the top pick here, where did that Feldler guy fell? Oh my god, wait, what? He ended up going 17th? Alright, well that's a steal. I would have moved up to 17 to snag him. Kind of hate myself now. Alright, so it's the moratorium phase, and we don't have bird rights on anybody. Do we have any cap space at all? Not really. So, if there was a time where I wanted to trade Jaren Jackson Jr., the time would be now. And I can get somebody pretty good. There's a lot of good power forward options like Julius Randle, Kristaps Porzingis, even Bam Adebayo. Jaylen Brown is pretty sweet. I thought him next to Ja would be filthy. But I kind of want to go out and get Karl-Anthony Towns. I also get Zaire Williams in return. I do have to give up this Milwaukee pick next year, which is fine with me. But getting Cat on this team is pretty sick. I may even try Cat at the 4 and see if him and Jared Allen works as a front court. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I definitely have more trade candidates to make, or trades to make, because I have a lot of trade candidates. Like, what happens if, like, Karis LeVert, Zaire Williams, and Jarrett Culver were included in a deal? I could get Ben Simmons and Jesse Geiger, who was the 14th overall pick. That's not a bad offer, but, like, Ben Simmons really isn't, and I have to give him my pick next year. You know, I'm going to take on Ben Simmons, but, like, I need a shooting guard. I mean, I could pick up Josh Giddey. Got offered Chris Paul. I mean, I may get one straight up. Ingram, no. Porter Jr., no. Russ, no. Damn, where are all the shooting guards at? You know, somebody I haven't gotten in a while would be pretty sick to pick up. Devin Booker. So, can we start out with Ben Simmons? Why is he 4.5 stars? That's just ridiculous. I mean, it's fair. He's a sick player. It's just like, it's going to be so hard to trade for him. Like, what about these 3 assets for Devin Booker? Still no. I physically can't give up anybody else or I would deplete my rotation. So, I would give you this first round pick and I'd give you this Warriors first round pick. I'd give you 3 first round picks if that got it done. I mean, I doubt they accept it, but we'll try it. Alright, never mind a D-book. So any other shooting guard would be fun, like Zach LaVine, but he's a free agent. Bradley Beal, he's a free agent too. Damn it. I don't want a great option, so let's wait till player progression to look at something. Also going to sign Gary Harris as well, because he'll have solid trade value. Alright, so we got a couple qualifying offers coming back as well, so if we wanted to look at the shooting guard market, I mean, we could look at point guard / shooting guards that we could always convert, but there's really not anybody would want to convert. So like D-Mitch, trade finder, nothing. If we went to Devin Booker, trade finder, yeah, I'm not trading Ja. It would cost me Ja and Ben Simmons. You're out of your mind. What about LaVine? LaVine for Cap? Nope. Can we do LaVine for Ben Simmons? Just like, I'm not trading Jared Allen. What about if we just did Ben Simmons for Zach LaVine straight up? It would include Desmond Bane and Caruso. Okay, can we maybe get this, like, do you have cap space? I will throw in John Conchar, I don't know. To be honest, I don't think I've ever heard his name pronounced before. Like, to be honest with you. I've watched him play, but I just can't think of what his name is pronounced. And somebody will probably remind me in the comments. And I will give you this Warriors first round pick. Really? One more? I'll give you 2 Warriors first round picks. You guys suck so much. Really? Like, this is such a good offer. What? I mean, like, yeah, you have Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso. Like, what if you give me Caruso? And then what do you say? It's honestly that's way too many small forwards. What? I mean, like, I could change Ben. What about if I change his position to like a power forward? All right, screw them. What about Ben Simmons for Bradley Beal? Yes, it cost me a first round pick in 2025. Beautiful. There we go. Here's player progression. We have Ja, Towns, Allen, Beal, Cole Anthony. I love this team. I really do. Like, we have this Jesse Geiger guy that had like 2.5 stars already, so we're doing good there. Alright, so our Season 2 team at this current moment is John Morant, Bradley Beal, Lou Dort, Cat, Allen. Yeah, I guess we don't really have like that stud starting small forward. So we're just gonna go with that 9-man rotation right now. I will take a look just to make sure like any expiring deals that I don't think I'll re-sign, I could trade. So let's go 34 to this big 3. Let's go 30 there. Any other minutes? We can go like 17 to these 2. And yeah, 25 to Dort. That's fine with me in a 9-man rotation. Now, if I just look at my salary cap breakdown really quickly. First, system proficiency, pace and space, 3.5 stars. I mean, 5-star system proficiency in this video would be 6. So balance is best at 4. And then if I were to look at my salary cap breakdown, yeah, like Bembry's a free agent, Lou Dort, John Morant, we'll get that done, Sam Morrell. So yeah, really the only big one is Lou Dort. And like, it might be smart to wait for Lou Dort to become a free agent because then I could sign him $15 million a year to trade him instead of trading him now because he's only at 1.93 mil, so it's really hard to match him with other guys that would really be worth it in the long term. Like, why is Keldon Johnson so easy to trade for 2K? I don't know. I will see you guys at the end of the year. Let's be a 1 seed. Let's win 65 games. Let's win a championship. I'm still not nearly as close to building the best team that I want to build here, so we have another offseason coming. So Ja Morant of the Las Vegas Diamonds is your MVP this year. Terrence Brown, who went 4th overall, is your Rookie of the Year. Just not great efficiency. 40% from the field, 29% from 3 to be your Rookie of the Year. Drummond is on the Hawks. Yeah, that was like, what jersey is that for a second? And we go 75-7. Maybe I'm going to just nonchalantly like complete the 82-0 challenge. Ja gets All-NBA first team. That it? Yeah, I feel like our defense isn't that great. But, I mean, in the starting 5, we do have Jared Allen and Gwen Stewart. Like, Ja Morant's a perimeter D. Like, yeah, Towns and Beal aren't great, but still. Like, this team is good. This team is pretty good. And, like, for the next 2 years, we still have, like, Cole Anthony. And we have, what's his name? Desmond Bane. Like, Bane making 3.8 mil next year. Cole making 5.4. Jared Vanderbilt making 4.9. Yeah, like, these are kind of steals. So, we can see who we got in the player tournament, and that would be the Oklahoma City Thunder. We take a look here at the player stats. We can see that Ja Morant averaged 24. Same with Bradley Beal. That's nice to see. We got MVP, and we had like another like 20-plus point per game score. Cat averages 28 and 5. Cole Anthony balls out as the 6th man. Like, yeah, we don't really need like our next small forward to be a 95 overall, someone that scores 25 a night. It's like we can get the job done with probably like OG Anunoby if I want to go out and trade for him. Like, I thought about Sadiq Bey, but I'd probably rather have Lou Dort right now. Anyway, Jared Allen averaged 10, 10, 3 assists. Oh, that's nice. There's Tillman. We can maybe upgrade that position. So we'll get into that when we can. Are we going to go 16-0 in the playoffs? I mean, if you go 75-7, you might as well go 16-0. Now, there's an L. We almost lose to the Pelicans. Damn, we actually lost 1 game to the Mavericks, 2 to the Pelicans, and 1 to the Hawks. Ja takes home MVP and Finals MVP in the same season, which is hella impressive. So 75 wins. It's pretty good. I did not expect to jump that. I think we were like 55 around there 2 years ago. So we jumped up almost 20 wins. That's wild. So I definitely don't have any random draft picks here. It just really wasn't a part of me. Like, it's not like the Grizzlies have a ton of draft picks. Like, they have a Jazz, they have a Warriors here and there. And they're not particularly bad in year 1. It's not like I was the Thunder or the Hawks, or not the Hawks, the Thunder or the Pelicans or the Rockets that have like these nice random first round picks that could amount to something. And how many times are we going to see the Thunder in the lottery? Just twice. Nothing crazy right there. Our pick is going to the Sixers at 30. Thank you for Ben Simmons, because that basically got me Bradley Beal. Maybe having Michael Stauffer as our coach helped out a lot. So I wanted to get a deal done with Lou Dort at the deadline. He didn't want to resign. Ja Morant was open to, but I was like, you know what? Let me have that max slot open for the trade market. Take on more salary, because I'm going to resign him anyway. He's restricted. I ain't worried. So, like, we have these 2 good, like, trade value guys in Gary Harris and Jesse Geiger. If we wanted to move up in the draft, like, Geiger's 3 stars. Is there like a stud in this draft? Let me see. If we go to scouting, like, come on, is there a stud center? Because I can replace Xavier Tillman. No, it doesn't really look like it. Come on, there's like Dwayne White, 22, Joshua Pearson. Looks like there's some discourse there at the top. So I don't really know what I want to do. I just want to see something. I can get pick 1 of Rudy Gobert for that. I can get Lonzo. Like, why would I do this trade? It's not terrible. Like, I wanted to see what I could do for these 3 assets. Like, I can get up to pick 8. Is that worth it? Probably not. I'd rather just include Jesse Geiger in a trade. Like, we could flip them for Daniel Gafford. I may do that because I think we can upgrade from Xavier Tillman as our backup center. So, let's just go through the draft. Not going to make any trades during that. So, it looks like Ricky Pearson was a stud pick, 78, but it's not like, sometimes I see some like 83 overalls in auto-generated classes. All right, so team player options, picking up all of these, because the ones I don't use can be used as trade assets. So everybody here can get the qualifying offer. I may re-sign John. Not even gonna mess with that. So Lou Dort, let's give him about 7. Yeah, let's give him like 18 mil. I may use this in a trade. Probably will. Unless we like him as, like, I could go a 9-minute rotation. I don't need a 10-minute rotation. I don't know why I said that at the beginning of the video. And then let me go out and get somebody like a Will Barton. I can sign like a Jeremy Lamb, Matisse Thybulle. Yeah, I'll use my mid-level exception on Matisse Thybulle because he'd be pretty nice in a trade. And then Ja Morant will probably get a contract soon from the Pistons, and we are going to match that. Perfect. All right, so I do want OG Anunoby. He's making 18 mil a year. Can we do like a straight up Lou Dort trade? So where's the value at on this? Okay. I would throw in, does Gary Harris get it done? He does not. I don't want to give up Geiger if I don't have to. John does not get it done. That means Matisse Thybulle would be too much. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have given up, or put that much money into Lou Dort. I'd give you my first next year, and I'd give you, I guess, John Conchar. Boom, there we go. Okay, so OJ Anunoby's gonna be our starting small forward. Now, I did want to upgrade the backup center spot, so we could look to trade with Thybulle, Tillman, and Geiger. I mean, best I've seen is Robert Williams. Not really, like, all that, so I may keep, like, Jesse Geiger, I don't have to move right now. He does, oh no, I was just doing 3 seasons, right? Oh, this is the last year. Oh, that kind of crept up on me. Okay, so never mind. I got more moves to make. Man, getting James Harden would be sick, but, like, we don't really need James Harden. He's making $40 million, which makes it kind of difficult. All right, so if we wanted, like, a better backup center, like, Precious Achiuwa is not much better. I guess, like, Miles Bridges is kind of sick to pick up. And then I may trade Miles Bridges straight up for a center, because that's $24 million right here. And we were only giving up about, like, well, 17 mil. So I'm going to do this, and then look to trade Miles Bridges and Kai Jones for a good backup center. Or we can move Jared Vanderbilt and Kai Jones for a good backup center if we want to keep Miles, like, there. Like, we can get Sadiq Bey and Isaiah Stewart. I mean, yeah, that's pretty good. And have Isaiah Stewart as the backup center, and then I can have another trade asset. So let's do that. And then I could look to move, like, or I guess, like, Sadiq Bey and, like, somebody else for someone. So, like, right now we have starting point guard, backup point guard, starting shooting guard, backup shooting guard, starting small forward. I mean, we definitely have a great 10-man rotation right here, but if we want to cut it down to 9, like, I could do something like this and this, and I could pick up, like, Kristaps Porzingis as an upgrade over Miles Bridges and Pokusevski. That's kind of interesting. That has caught my attention. Tower Hero, kind of sick as well. I can get Jonathan Kuminga and Malcolm Brogdon. Yeah, let's do that. So you know what? Maybe I'm going to go with the 10-man rotation for the final year. So player progression, like, this is the team. I don't know. Maybe I move Beal, like, I don't know. Like, this is definitely not the best team ever. Don't get me, like, I was definitely capping when I said that in the beginning of the video. It's tough though with the Grizzlies. Like, they're not the greatest team to use for this. I mean, I'm still not done. Like, if I wanted to move Cat and Jonathan Kuminga, what could I end up getting? Like, an upgrade there. Could get Damian Lillard. Not really an upgrade. Scotty Barnes though, who's arguably better than Cat. That's a tempting one. Proves me on defense, and I don't really need Cat scoring. But Cat was so good last year offensively. I don't know. See, it's like I'm torn. Does that make us that much better? Is it worth it? Like, if I did Brogdon and Jared Allen, I'm sure, whoa, I can get Alonzo and Levine. And then I'm sure I could, like, that's basically doing that. And then, could I do Brogdon for Levine? No. Who would acquire 2 more than allowed? We would. Can I include Sam Merrill in this trade? Oh, man, you gotta include somebody. Just do, watch Chris Dunn be 2 stars. Why is he 1.5? Let's do, like, okay, what about, of course, we'd acquire 1.5 mil more than allowed in this trade. Because, like, Brogdon for Levine would be absolutely just filthy. I mean, I could technically do, because, like, I would just, yeah, like I said, like, Brogdon. What about Brogdon straight up for Garland? No way. They kind of with Beal and Sexton. Yeah, nah. I mean, I'm so tempted for this trade. Because then, like, hypothetically, I could, yeah, you know what? Let me do this trade, and then I'm going to do all I can to get Lonzo Ball for, or get Jared Allen for Lonzo Ball. And they offered to me straight up. Yeah, I didn't even need to do any work. So, like, I can get KP, don't want to give up Kuminga, can get Sabonis, and then move Cat back to the 5, which is cool. Could get Bam, could get Garland. Have to throw someone else in there. So, if we do that trade right there, this is going to leave us with, like, a sick 10-man rotation. So, it'd be Ja, Beal, Anunoby, Towns, Allen, with Levine, Cole Anthony, Desmond Bane, and Isaiah Stewart, as well as Jonathan Kuminga off the bench. Pretty good. Really good, actually. Like, say I did something like this. It only leaves me with 3 more minutes here. Like, say we did 24 there. Yeah, like, this is what the rotation would look like. Pretty thin. I mean, if I wanted to make one more trade, it would probably be OG Anunoby and Jonathan Kuminga, as well as, like, Sam Merrill, maybe to make the money work. Could I get, like, a stud small forward? Not really. Not really. I got offered Kristaps so many times in this video. But I just never wanted to pull the trigger on him. I don't know. Maybe just not a big Kristaps guy. Like, DeJounte Murray's sick, but I don't need a point guard. So, you know, I'm going to rock with this team for now. If I want to make a trade at the deadline, I will. Let's see how many games we can win to start the season. It would be sick if we started off, like, 30-0. But we'll have to wait and see if that even happens. You can fill out the roster, okay? Just don't play Sam Merrill. We don't have to do an 11-man rotation. But we're starting off the season pretty sweet. I wish I could see my record in the bottom right. Thank you, 2K22, for just removing the simplest thing. That was just kind of nice to have. So we are going to stop it here. We are basically into December with a record of 18-0. Sick. So let's see. Start of December, we beat the Hornets at home. Imagine this team goes 82-0. No shot it does. Like, absolutely zero shot it does. I'm just curious to see which team beats us first. Like, I could have seen the Pelicans beat us with Zion. Back-to-back here might hurt. Rockets could beat us. Maybe they don't have Jokic this time around. Back-to-back here, did the Cavs beat us? No, the Knicks don't beat us. The Bulls, they have a good team. Holy crap, we haven't lost a game yet. Bucks are going to beat us. Oh, the Pacers beat. Oh, okay, yeah. Bucks beat us by 4. Pacers beat us by 1. Damn, so we started off 31-0. 31-0. It's pretty good. Very good, actually. Technically, this would be the best team of all time. Probably when it's all said and done. But hey, maybe I end up winning 75 games. We already have 3 losses. So that's kind of embarrassing. So we ended up as the 1 seed. Jason Tatum won MVP. Did we have any diamond here? It's weird to say diamond. LeBron is on the Mavericks. Mark Cuban did some recruiting. So yeah, the first time it is Zach LaVine, who came off the bench. Maybe ended up starting by the end of the year over Bradley Beal, but we ended up going 72-10, so we did worse this year. There's Xavier Tillman. After adding all those guys, yeah, I guess less is more. You don't need to add too much in 2K, you know? Like, we just have so many good players, we just don't really need it. They're playing Zach LaVine at the 3. That probably made us lose those 10 games. Why are we playing Jeremy Lamb? There's just no need for that. Just play Jonathan Kuminga more, like, or Desmond Bane. Yeah, like, we don't really need that. System proficiency with balance is only 4 stars. Damn, guess Jared Allen's not a great fit. Who's my backup center? Isaiah Stewart, definitely not a great fit. Maybe Towns isn't amazing at the 4 either. A little disappointing. And here were the player stats throughout the season. So we had 2 20-point per game scores. Like, yeah, I guess I didn't really need to add much. Like, I probably could have just did Lou Dort for Anunoby and called it an offseason. Really didn't need to add Zach LaVine. So yeah, we are probably going to smoke through these playoffs. Round 1, we sweep the Timberwolves. Round 2, we go up against LeBron and the Mavericks. We sweep. All right, we are undefeated, and then the Hawks beat us in Game 1. Are you kidding me? Game 2, we win. I'm sure. Oh, you're going to put up a fight, Atlanta. That's cute. That's really cute, actually. 2-2, 3-2. And I'm sure we're going to win in 6. All right, Atlanta, I see you trying to compete with me. Hey, if you force a Game 7, that'd be pretty sick. So I'm all for it, but we just come out great in the 3rd quarter. Wow. They're going to force a Game 7. No way, they beat us by 20. Holy shit, that's kind of wild. That's kind of wild. All right, we go 12-0 in the Western Conference side of things, and the Hawks might beat us. I guess I got way too cocky now. We are going to beat them, it looks like. I will hop in just to secure the dub, but that's kind of crazy they pushed us to 7 games. Like, I gotta get the starters in. Our jerseys kind of look like the Rockets from this angle, or it could look like a Hawks jersey. We got Trey guarding Ja Morant. Okay, that's funny. It's not gonna happen as Ja hits the pull-up midi. He's got 21. Cole Anthony had 13 and 7 in this game. Zach LaVine with a 26-piece. Jared Allen 8, 5, and 4. And Anunoby with 2, 5, and 3. But you know what? He's got that A perimeter D. Okongwu, what are you doing? He's getting the charge. Yes, he is. It would be sick if Las Vegas just got a basketball team. So let me know, guys. Like, if there was going to be 2 expansion teams, let me know. And, like, you could do 2 Western Conference teams or 2 Western Conference side of things, like the Las Vegas Diamonds, and then you have the Seattle Supersonics. And then you said what I did before. You could put Memphis and New Orleans into the Eastern Conference. You could put maybe one of the Texas teams, but I don't think that would happen. I think it'd be more Memphis and New Orleans because they're fairly new. And you could, like, because Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, they have longer histories. You could put those 2 teams in the Eastern Conference. And it kind of works out geographically. Like, it's not that far. Like, New Orleans is not that far from some of these other cities. And Memphis as well. Like, Memphis is fairly close to, like, Charlotte. Like, it's a far drive, but, you know, like, it's closer than it is to, like, Dallas or Houston or some of these other teams. Like, it's pretty even. Ja's gonna hit that first free throw. Or if you want to add maybe some Eastern side teams, like, you can add the Pittsburgh Force. You can add a Montreal team. You can add, I don't think New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, or Rhode Island would ever get a team, but, you know, you could give them something. Like, I don't think Massachusetts would ever get another team. So, like, New York's probably done. I don't think, yeah, like, Pennsylvania could get another team if you were to add the Pittsburgh Force. Canada could get another team if you add, like, maybe a Montreal team. It doesn't have to be the Pittsburgh Force. I'm just saying that because of the 2K or downloaded design team. So, I don't know, I'm trying to think of, like, other states. Hold on, I got a globe behind me. Like, honestly, looking at it, Kentucky would be pretty cool. Louisville, because it's such a big basketball state, you know, with, like, the Wildcats, the Louisville Cardinals. Like, it's a lot of basketball, you know, comes from there. So that'd be kind of sick. Another North Carolina team. Like, not South Carolina, but North Carolina, because you have, like, Duke, you got UNC, you got all these teams coming out of North Carolina. You have a lot of good, like, North Carolina teams, maybe get them another. If you want to do a Cincy team, I don't know, you already got a Cleveland team over there. So I don't know, if you were going to add 2 Western, I'm good with Seattle, and I'm good with Las Vegas. And then, like, Seattle's a give me, so if you do want an Eastern Conference side, I think that'd be cool with a Louisville team. I think Louisville or Pittsburgh would be pretty cool. And if not those two, give another team to Canada. I think that'd be pretty sick. So we are going to end up winning the finals in 7 games here. And yeah, there's the Las Vegas Diamonds. Ja Morant is your finals MVP. So definitely not the best team in 2K history. If I ever wanted to do that, I would take control of the OKC Thunder. You could say that was my 82-0 challenge. Completion was the best team in 2K history, at least for me. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Shout out to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring today's video once again. I have a second channel video coming out today of me ranking 30 2022 draft prospects where I think they're going to end up in the lottery, or excuse me, the draft. Do I think they're going to end up in the top 5? The lottery, first round, second round, undrafted. That is over on my second channel. Link to that in the description below. And yeah, so this is coming out on Tuesday the 28th. Only got 3 more videos left of 2021. So yeah, pretty crazy, right? Hope you guys enjoy though. I love y'all. Catch you on the next one. Peace.